What is up, Berserker Patriots? Hope everybody's having a very, very blessed day. It's been crazy out here. It has been absolute insanity. In case you haven't heard about Saturday, a veterinary professor was chopped to pieces and just left strewn about. Britain is in the street in mass numbers over St. Charlie Kirk. What's going on, patriots in America? Other countries are hitting the streets in mass numbers right now, while we in America are doing what? What are we doing? I hope you're all having a safe night out here. I hope you're all blessed. MPG website works. What is up, brother? So, I've been making a bunch of images of Charlie Kirk today, and I've been posting them all over the place. And I've taken all copyright infringements off of them, so anyone that wants to use them, they are up for grabs. So just go ahead and grab some of those. I'm going to pop another one up in the background right now so you can see it. Then we got this one. This is one of my favorites. Up in the halo, it says St. Charlie Kirk in the halo there. But I'm sure you're paying attention to what's going on all around the world except for America, right? Every single other country that's been having the same problems we're having are up in arms right now. Do you understand? Britain is in the streets in mass numbers right now, fighting back against all of this stuff. What are we really doing here in America? You know what I mean? What's really happening? So far, what we know right now, as of right now, is this person's relative, aunt lady, has come out and given us verified proof, told the whole story about this assassin, sorry piece of crap. Hello, hi, how are you doing? What is this stream about? This stream is about the destruction of America and what's happening after Charlie Kirk has been assassinated all around the world right now. Let's see. Let me pull up. Hold on. I'm lying. Here you go. I am going to put a green screen up. This is what the streets of Britain look like right now. That's what the streets of Britain look like today. See all those people? You can't even see the fucking street from all those people. But I'm lying. Epstein files. So many evil people. But the beauty of it is now we have Republican representatives that have outright declared that there is no peaceful coexistence with you people. So it's going to be fun here coming soon because they're passing some law. They're getting ready to pass some laws in Florida right now against the trans community and the Antifa community. So you're about to be deemed terrorists all around the world. I mean, it's going to be getting really crazy for you people. You, like I said, you broke the dam. Charlie Kirk was your border wall between us, and you tore down the border wall. And now it's time to let patriotism in. And that's what's going to happen in America from now on. You'll see. You're about to find out. So they all Revelation says is they're taking all of our saints first. They're taking all of God's favorites first. You know what I mean? And I don't know if y'all are paying attention, but there's been a lot of violence since Charlie Kirk's been assassinated. And I know that it's taken me a little bit of time to get on here and calmly talk about this and go through, like, the fact that Blue Sky. Do you know that the largest FBI investigation in American history is right now? And it's against Blue Sky and all of these wackos making all of these posts. So part of the reason a lot hasn't been done is because there's millions of people to track down. And you got to understand, once we deem this ideology a terrorist ideology, then we can go through all these posts that they're screenshotting, saving, because don't think you can make these posts disappear by deleting them. The moment you post them, we've got teams that are specifically saving your post, people. And every post that comes in on here, I've got a moderator on here that's saving every single comment that you put in here. We're going to pull up all your information. Everybody's going to know who you are. So as of right now, 37 companies and over 485 people have been fired and shut down in America for celebrating Charlie Kirk's death. Okay? So, it's just gonna... And these people are complaining, oh, you're canceling us. Motherfucker, you've been canceling us for the past 8.5 years. Some of us have lost everything and are homeless because of how much you canceled us and vandalized, peacefully protested our shit. You know what I mean? You peacefully destroyed everything I fucking own and caught it on fire and shot me and fucking attacked me. Peacefully did all of this. Well, I'm going to peacefully help you out. We're going to peacefully help you out. Since you've now defined the definition of what peaceful is, we know where the parameters of the definition of the word peaceful. So now we're going to help you liberal idiots, you sheeple, you libtards, you people that are applesauce brained and can't think for yourselves. Every single talking point you have is from CNN, MSDNC, or some kind of fucking liberal blue sky bullshit. You know, you don't have any facts from history books. You don't have any facts from law or constitution or anything like that. And we are on the side of the Constitution. And that is the supreme law of the land. Unfortunately, this country was set up with checks and balances, which makes things take a while. Okay, so right now, they're releasing the information with the assassin that he is not cooperating. Well, fine. We've got representatives, numerous ones that have now gone on their podcast and on all over social media and TV and said, we are at war. This is war. There is no peaceful coexistence with these people. There is no tolerance left for these people. So we need to deem them a terrorist ideology and turn him over to us. We promise you we will get you the information you need. You can't do it through the checks and balances of the law, but if we're at war in our country, then turn him over to the side that's you're siding with and let us get the answers right now. Plain and simple. I promise you, you give them to me, he'll talk. I've got a lot of really nice blades and scalpels, and I know how to surgically remove things and put them back on so they stay alive. So send them to me. I'll volunteer. I'll take that upon my soul. I'll take that evil upon my soul so nobody else has to. So, in case you don't know, and you're just joining, yesterday, a veterinary professor at a university was chopped to pieces and just left strewn about. Okay? The day before, the guy got his head cut off right in the middle of the street with a fucking knife. These people are cutting people up with knives, bro. Not machetes and fucking hacksaws and shit. That is pure evil. These people enjoy inflicting this pain. You don't go up to somebody and cut their body into fucking pieces with a knife if you don't enjoy it. Plain and simple. They enjoy that we're in pain. They are bragging and celebrating killing us. They're in the fucking streets when we're not in the streets right now. Just a select few of us are out here standing against these people. They're in the streets in mass numbers. They are emboldened by this. They are outright just attacking people now. What the fuck is being done? People, please, we the people, honestly tell me, what has been done in any of this to stop any of it since it happened? Nothing. No new laws have been passed. No ordinance or policies have been passed. You know, all we hear is, oh, well, we're working on this. And in the meantime, Steven Crowder is being investigated by the ATF and subpoenaed by the ATF because the agents are seeing, oh, they're not going to release this information to the people once again. So, hey, we're going to leak it to Crowder so he can put it out there. Okay, so now he not only did he get the FBI leak that was 100% verified, but he also got the actual Utah sheriff's report on what this guy's being charged with. Aggravated murder, felony discharge of a firearm, and some other lower charges. That's some fucking weak-ass shit, bro. This motherfucker, why is he not immediately deemed as a domestic terrorist? Okay? You understand, terrorists don't get due process. Okay? You get your death penalty or you get whatever your sentence is. These people are terrorists. They are saying they're going to kill every single person in this fucking country that doesn't agree with them. And they're gleefully posting this stuff everywhere. Everywhere you go on the interspheres right now, from Blue Sky to X to Facebook to YouTube, is bombarded with people cheering for the most heinous, evil, horrible acts that you can think of. And these people call us Nazis. Well, you're fucking serial killers, bro. You're not fascists. You're not Nazis. You're right. You're just fucking evil demon serial killers. And that's what you want to do. You're so miserable in your own skin that you want to kill us and thinking it's going to make you feel better. Do you see this little fucking punk that they've got? He's smirking and smiling in his perp picture. And his fucking mugshot, he's smiling about this. He's gleefully happy. They've already got hundreds of thousands of dollars raised for this motherfucking terrorist, bro. How are these GoFundMe sites? I can't even raise motherfucking $2.99 to get out of my situation that I'm in right now, or at least get a new laptop so my streams can be better again. But this motherfucker can murder the saint of America, Saint Charlie, and GoFundMe's got a site up for him, hundreds of thousands of dollars already. That is freaking insane. I had meatloaf tonight. I don't want tacos. Sorry, guys. We're flying through on these things here. But, so, they basically give a breakdown. It's a weak as hell breakdown in the police report. Okay. The reason they caught this guy is because he was posting on Discord where the fuck he was. The entire time he was running, and all these days they were looking for this guy, the entire time he was posting on the fucking internet. You track me down, the FBI tracked me down through fucking Facebook in 2 goddamn seconds at a customer's house 2 towns over for speaking school board meetings. But it took you all that time to catch a guy that literally was posting on Discord, I left my gun here. Will somebody come pick it up for me? I'm over here right now. Will somebody come get me? What the fuck? And then the left narrative is this isn't a trans person, when now the actual trans roommate boyfriend has come out and is fully working with law enforcement, saying flat out, yes, I'm transitioning as a man, trans right now, and that's my boyfriend. And we live together. He didn't live with his parents. He lived with his transitioning boyfriend. So everything that we speculated that we could just, because we have common sense in our brain and we can look at a video and see what's happening, and we can research and go to that person's social media and go on the Discord where they were posting things, because things don't disappear off the internet. You know that, right? Nothing's deleted ever. It doesn't matter what you do, how much you clear your computer, nothing's ever deleted. It can always be pulled back up. Okay? There's so many clouds and so many ways that they save all of this stuff that you never can delete anything perfect. So, permanently. Sorry. Had a brain fart for a second. I've been going non-stop since the 10th. And I was finally able to eat something today. So, bear with me in the dark. I'm just grabbing something out of the truck.
What you doing, puppy? Why you back there just chilling in the AC, huh? What?
You hear me talking to people, so you think you need to be involved? That's Princess Kiera, by the way. She's never been away from me in 12 years of her life. Oh. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to look at some of your comments. I'm going to respond to you. If you really want priority in comments, all you got to do is super chat. You know. I'm fully monetized and back on a lawsuit with Google, so they sent me my code that I thought was going to take 4 weeks, came in 1 day, so I already got it. So we're fully back on everything. I got monetized back on X today. at Berserker Patriot on X, at Berserker Patriot 1776 on Rumble. Like, subscribe, and share. We are going to be getting things together. As you know, I've invested in some new cameras. I did a live earlier, but I don't like it because I can't see your comments, guys. You should just be able to go to at Berserker Patriot on Cash App. Joshua Pierce at Berserker Patriot on Cash App, if you want to donate. But just so you know what your donations are going to be going for, first off, is we have a memorial park here, and it's going to go, whatever I make, obviously I'm investing into this as well, because we're trying to travel around. Erica's going to pick up the mantle of Charlie Kirk, and she's already getting thousands and thousands of death threats and people saying they're coming to kill her. So we would like to get around to some of these events, and I'm going to buy some drones, and we will go to these events and let them know what's going on with law enforcement, and we will immediately fly the drones around the events up to like 1,800 yards out, check all the roofs, check all the buildings, have people going through, interviewing people, watching out what's going on. Completely out of my own pocket, I'm going to be doing. As you know, I've never really asked for support monetarily, but it's time to get out here and build something. We have to keep up the legacy of Charlie Kirk. Just to understand too, if you remember when I had my actual big channel going before I got demonized from everything, is what I call it, because it was demons that was canceling us from all this shit. I'll start doing much more better content. You know, we'll set up the warehouse and we'll get a studio going and stuff like that. Just right now, you know my situation. I just invested $1,000 cameras and a new phone and better data and all that stuff so we can go live. And I still got bills to pay, so I got to, deal with that. But like I said, we're going to remodel, we're going to rebuild, get things going better. I've actually got a script for tomorrow's live that I've already been putting together all day. I've spent 12 hours on it throughout the day today. So we'll be sitting down and actually going through. My neighbor over here where I rent his property is going to print up everything that I've pulled off of the internet. And we're going to go through all of these Charlie Kirk files, because I've been going through this footage for this entire time nonstop. That's why I'm not posting anything about what happened. I want to see it with my own eyes. Listen, there's two people that are also running away from right in front of Charlie, right in the trajectory of where he was. And both of them had handguns in their hand while they were running. And they weren't looking around to find anybody. They were trying to get the fuck out of there. So we want to know what's going on with those people, Cash Patel, who's not telling us a fucking thing. And you look like you're scared out of your fucking mind when you're standing up there on the podium looking around like you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Man, I was your biggest supporter, Cash. What the fuck's going on? What happened to the Epstein files? What happened to the Clinton files? What happened to anything we were going to get out of you, Cash and Dan? And Dan, where the fuck are you? Dan Bongino, where are you? I haven't seen you on TV once. Kirk did it do himself? What? See, people like you, we don't have to worry about you very much longer. So, it is what it is. You think you've been violent. You think you've tried to scare us. You haven't seen what action of violence is until a motherfucker that knows how to wear a ghillie suit whispers in your ear in the middle of the night, and then all of a sudden you're not there anymore. Or a motherfucker can sit 1,800 yards out, fuck 200 yards. Motherfucker can sit 1,800 yards out where he knows he's not going to get found. See, that's the kind of people we are. Do you understand that? So you woke up a beast, and there's millions of people that are already posting that you want a war, you got one. Okay. We have Republican representatives of states outright going on social media now. Our side has woke up. You got what you want. You're getting what you want. You wanted a fucking war with us? You got it, guys. We'll give it to you. We will expel demons from this land so nobody else can end up like Charlie Kirk and this lady that just got chopped up and this dude that just got his head chopped off and the one person killed and the 5 injured in the Tampa mass shooting Saturday that nobody even knows about, or the naval school that just happened the day of Charlie Kirk, where people got hurt as well. You know what I mean? In 4 fucking days, we've had more shootings by these trans-Tifa fucking wackos than we've had in the past 8 years. Do you understand that? So just in the past 2 years, we've had more. And they want to say they're mentally ill and they want to use that as an excuse. That's a fucking cop-out, bro. You're fucking retarded, but you know exactly what you're doing. This guy that they've got in custody right now, he knows exactly what he did. And just like the Trump assassin is getting, the Trump assassin is getting less time, right? Because he's using, oh, well, Trump said this, that's why I did this. And that's also what this motherfucker that assassinated Charlie Kirk is doing. Aggravated murder? Really? That's all he's getting. Aggravated fucking murder. How about domestic terrorism? How about terroristic threats? How about premeditated political assassination? How about we actually charge him with the crimes that he did and not fucking aggravated murder that a petty fucking criminal on the road for stabbing a junkie gets? You know what I mean? How about we actually fit the justice with the crime? Because they keep saying right-wing violence. Give me an instance. Somebody give me one instance. I will go live with you right now. I'll push the button and fucking go live with you right now. Do a 50-cent super chat and tell me you want to debate me. Give me one instance where Republicans have got out here and killed you. One in the past 10 years. One. And if you say January 6th, I wish I could smack you through this fucking screen. Because out of 1 million fucking people, 100 people went downstairs and got violent. And the majority of MAGA Republicans tried to stop these fucking people. The MAGA Republicans tried to stop you fucking FBI informants and you fucking set up Antifa members that were there to fucking make us look like Nazis and assholes. Okay? Nobody was charged with insurrection. The ones that were charged with seditious conspiracy weren't even fucking there. Enrique Antonio was not even there. He was down here with us, bro. He wasn't even fucking there. Neither were the other Proud Boy guys that they charged with suspicious conspiracy. Okay? They could find us after 5 years and hunt us the fuck down and put thousands of us in fucking prison with no fucking due process whatsoever. Most of the crimes of which only carried 6 months, and these people did 4 years in solitary confinement. No due process. But illegal criminal alien terrorists that rape, murder, and kill people, you leftists fucking take up for. And you can't even see that you're on the side of fucking evil. That's the horrible point of it. That is the horrible moral of this. You think you're justified. You think you're fucking freedom fighters and revolutionaries. The way you think and the way you act is the same way the Nazis did. You understand that, right? Like, identical. Right down to the projection that you say we're the ones doing what you're fucking doing. You're slaughtering the Jews right now. That's what the fuck you're doing. You're in the beginning of your slaughtering the Jews. And all you little fucking pimply-faced kids, you're the brown coats. That's what you are. They got the process. Listen, the process is over. The process is done. Your little fucking constitution. No. Terrorists don't get that. People that just want to murder everybody that doesn't agree with them, you don't get that. You do realize that's a genocidal mentality, right? That is a genocidal mentality. You literally want to kill everybody that doesn't think like you. You're saying we're genociding people because we don't want you murdering babies. You're literally advocating for genociding an entire culture of people because they don't agree with how you think. And you call us Nazis. You want to kill an entire culture of people because of their beliefs. Have y'all looked at it like that, lefties? That you want to eradicate us? You're Muslims. You're fucking Muslims and we're the infidel. I can compare you to any terrorist organization. Your ideologies are exactly the same as theirs. If you sit down and you actually take a deep breath and you listen to what I just said to you, okay, the Muslims believe that every infidel has to be eradicated off the planet for them to live their lives the way they want to and come to the end of times. You believe that every Republican, conservative Christian that doesn't think like you needs to be eradicated from America so you can live your life and do what you want. Okay? The Nazis believed that they had to have an ethnic cleansing of an entire culture of people because they didn't think the way they did and act the way they did or look the way they did. And that's exactly what you want. You know what I mean? That's exactly what the fuck you want. You want an entire culture of Americans, you do realize if you got rid of every one of us, all of you would die off within a month, right? Every single one of you. Because we run all of the electricity in this country. We pump all of the fucking oil in this country because you don't believe in fossil fuels. Everything you own is made out of fossil fuels. Everything. There's nothing that you don't wear or you drink out of or eat off of, or doesn't matter what it is. Everything on your car is made out of fossil fuels. Everything on your house is made out of fossil fuels. Everything. All your pretty iPhones, all your Starbucks cups, everything. So literally, if we all died right now, or we just all split the country in half, which I'm all for. I'm all for. Let's let every fucking liberal that thinks this way about Charlie Kirk have the northern side of America, New York, the already fucked up shit. Go for it. You can also have California and all of its bullshit. That whole side. And we'll just take the whole middle. How about that? Because you don't want to be farmers. You don't want to kill animals. We'll take all the fucking farmland. And then you can go do your thing and we'll do our thing. And we'll still see who's still alive in a year. We'll see who still has a population. I think that's a great idea. Because one way or another, something has to happen. Either we're all going to kill each other, or we're going to have to separate as a country, period. Because you've made it very clear, we can't coincide with each other. We cannot coexist. It's not fucking possible. You know, and what are we supposed to do? Just keep being peaceful and tolerating you while you're fucking murdering us in mass numbers? No, that's not going to happen. You know, that's not going to happen. So, liberals, tell us what you want us to do. You've already told us you want us to die, but are you sure this is what you want? Christian values? Christian values are absolutely revelation, God speaking, Jesus speaking, the revelation of Christ, okay, to the prophet. I have this against you. You tolerate the Jezebel spirit and you allow it to lead my children into sexual immoralities and depravities. So when I judge this, I hate about you. You tolerate. There is no tolerance in the Bible. Tolerance is a sin in the Bible. You know, Jesus doesn't ever teach love for evil, ever, ever. Blasphemy of the Holy Ghost is an unforgivable sin. So if you're blaspheming the Holy Ghost in front of me, you're already going to hell. You understand? So you're a demon. And we are called in the end of times. You're reading through the beginning of the New Testament. How about you get the Revelation where it says we're supposed to be savage warriors for God and we're supposed to fight the demons on the earth. That's what Revelation says. You're in that Joel Osteen loving puppy dogs prosperity preaching. Prosperity preaching is a good way to go to hell. Do you understand? Everything in the Bible tells you you're going to hell if you don't do what the Bible says. If you don't love God enough to defeat evil, then you don't love God. If you don't love not God enough to die for God, I'll die for God right now. I'll die in the name of my God. I will die for Erica Kirk. I will die for every single one of you. I don't care if you're on the left or the right. If I see someone trying to kill you and I just see that you're a human being, I'll put myself in danger for that. But I won't allow you just to come up to me manifesting demons in my face and not stop you. What is this? None of this has anything to do with Trump. Why do y'all keep saying Trump? Is it because I have the Trump truck? Well, now I got the Charlie Kirk truck. Now I got Charlie Kirk shit all over my truck. It didn't got nothing to do with Trump. This administration can suck my dick the way they're handling this. Fuck this administration, bro. Fuck this FBI. Fuck this government. Government is not here to help us. The most dangerous words you can ever hear in the history of time are we are the government and we are here to help you. You know what I'm saying? I believe in the Constitution. I don't live in a fucking echo chamber. I can talk shit about my side too. I don't give a fuck. And this is not being handled properly. And as far as I'm concerned, this is the biggest assassination we've had in American history in my 43 years of lifetime. Okay? As far as I'm concerned, this is the biggest fucking disappointment in our country. And this could have been avoided. In the long run, this could have been avoided. If everybody would have listened to people like me that you call conspiracy theorists all this time, and you would have kept on our channels and supported us when we got canceled and stuff like that, we could have still been out here this whole time, and we could have been stopping these leftists, and we could have been pushing laws, because for some reason there's only a select few of us. You know that you can go to your capitals and propose bills and laws, right, to help your communities, to help your states. It's real easy. You just write up a bill, write SB 101, 105 on it, and you turn it in at your local capital, and that bill will go into cycle if they deem it to, if it gets voted on. Okay, if it's a good bill, if it's a good law. There's a lot of things you can do to help your community, to help your country. But we're past all that. No laws are going to change this. They're assassinating people. They're saying they want all of us dead. There's no law that's going to change this. There's no peacetime that's going to change this. It's going to have to come down to the fact that people like me are wearing body armor when we walk out of our house from getting death threats every day. Okay? You can talk all the shit you want to me, but I got 75,000 people on my live stream last night. Okay? And I might not have a lot of followers, but I get a lot of views when I go live. I get enough that people want to hurt me. My truck is all over fucking blue sky right now. I got people emailing me left and right. Even the small people out here have to worry about these people. That's what it means when we say we're all Charlie Kirk. It's not the Fight Club thing where, you know, his name was Charlie Kirk. It's we are all Charlie Kirk, because if they can get to Trump and they can get to Charlie, they can get to anybody. Okay, it doesn't take anything but being a fucking coward to go sit across the road and shoot somebody. That's all it takes. It doesn't take any skill. It takes a terrorist sitting you down maybe 10 times, pointing you at a target and showing you how to shoot it. That's it. 200 yards? Fuck. That's a good zero, bro. Everybody's like, well, 200-yard shot's hard. 200 yards is hard. He was using a 30-06. You can shoot a mile with that motherfucker, bro. 1,800 yards is a fucking, is a kid's game for that gun. So, I mean, it's crazy that this dude used a 30-06 to assassinate somebody. You hunt elk with a 30-06. You hunt bear with a 30-06, bro. It's just, what are we going to do? You know what I mean? If we tolerate and just stay peaceful, then they're just going to keep killing us. Because the government's made it, honestly, can somebody tell me, everyone that's still backing this administration right now, I still back Trump as the president, obviously. But as far as this situation goes, and the fact we're not getting the deportations we asked for, we're not even getting 14,000 a month, much less 1 million a month. You know what I mean? No data, there's no data anywhere to show that 1 million people self-deported. None. I can't find it anywhere on any official websites. So until I see that, I won't believe that either. What I see is every store I go into, somebody doesn't speak fucking English. That's what I see when I go out right now. They're playing Spanish music in our stores. People are getting their heads cut off by criminal aliens in our cities. And then we have these leftist wackos that are backing these people 100%, and then they're out here slaughtering us too, and saying they want all of us dead. There's no other option. They're not saying, well, if you do this, we're going to do this. They're saying, no, we're going to kill all of you. 100% of you is what they're saying. We're going to murder you. Okay, you're not freedom fighters. You're not the saviors of anything. You're serial killers and you're murderers. You're Jeffrey Dahmers and you're fucking Ted Bundys is what you are. You know, people tend to forget that we just had someone blow up Trump Towers in a fucking Tesla. You know what I mean? We've had rogue military officers go off in the past year. I mean, it's not just this situation. It's everything put together. We have been at war for 4 years now, and it took this to wake everybody up. This was the last straw to wake everybody up. Okay, you leftists can think whatever you want, you can laugh all you want, but literally there are those of us out here that have done nothing but train to kill people their entire lives, and there are millions of us out here. Okay, there are millions out here that have done horrific things in the name of this country that are on our side. All of the people with the real guns and the real training on the guns are on our side. All the EOD specialists that know how to blow shit up really good, they're on our side. Because you don't learn how to do those things if you're fucking mentally ill and you live in your mom's basement and live off the government. You learn how to do those things by getting the fuck out here in the world, staying off the cell phone 24/7, and actually doing a job and working for a living and building something. See, all you can do is insult me. Why can't you debate me? Can you debate me, Mr. Crybaby? Mr. Emmett Roll? Emmett Roll. Pre-recorded. How the fuck is this a pre-recorded stream? You fucking weirdo. Mike V, how do you pre-record a live stream? On a cell phone, on a cheap cell phone at that. I'm outside so I can smoke a cigarette because I don't smoke in the work warehouse. But pre-recorded stream. Tyler was afraid of his family. He was a closet Democrat. He wasn't even a closet Democrat. He was a full-blown, we've got his social media now. He was a full-blown fucking leftist, bro. That went off on huge tirades to his family that have already fucking given their testimonies to the cops about how evil Trump is and how evil Republicans are. He's living with his roommate / trans boyfriend. His trans boyfriend came out 2 hours ago and spilled the whole beans to the cops. It's been released. What am I going to do? I'm getting ready for war. That's what I'm doing. We're getting ready for war, all of us. Why do you think so many people are silent out here right now? There's a lot of us out here talking. Why do you think so many people are silent? There are militias around the United States that are mobilizing. That shit doesn't just happen overnight. Some of these militias have hundreds of thousands of people in them. What are we going to do? We're going to go to our streets and we're going to keep them safe. That's what we're going to do. We're going to protect our country. That's what the fuck we're going to do. See, we don't have to go out and get violent. You get violent on a daily basis. We'll just be there where you're at and we'll stop you. That's what we'll fucking do. And when we stop you, you don't have to worry about the cops coming for you. Don't worry. They won't. We won't let them. We'll take you with us. We'll show you why you made a mistake. Because there are some people out here that are still just human. I'm still just human. I'm a horrible fucking sinning piece of shit. I've already lost my trip to heaven. My father was a minister and he traveled the world. I've had to do horrible things as a young American kid in other countries to keep myself fucking safe. You know what I mean? So I won't fucking be making it anywhere. And I take it upon myself, if I have to give up my soul to keep yours safe, that's fine. To keep you safe, I'll accept that. I'll accept that and I'll take my judgment from God. Okay, because no matter what, God's going to judge me. I love Jesus Christ with all my heart. I love God with all my heart. But I'm also a horrible sinner and I live in my flesh. You know what I mean? I'm not Charlie Kirk. Everybody's like, well, Charlie wouldn't do that. I'm not Charlie Kirk. I am. Nobody's Charlie Kirk. None of us. He was a man above. I mean, just go on my X account. You'll see. I've been posting his videos all fucking day, nonstop. And I'm going to continue to do so. You know that we got 31,000 kids that enrolled to Turning Point USA the day after Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Thank you, leftists, for that. 31,000 people boost in Turning Point USA. So if people like me give up what needs to be done right now, these kids that are on the right path can still have a future in this country. That's the option. That's why I've been playing. That's why when I go on the camera, I can't do chat. So that's why I play all the videos so you can see what all the other people like me are saying the exact same thing. We all agree with this, including our Republican politicians at this point. We don't care about you anymore, left. We don't care. Okay? You're our enemy at this point. You assassinated our most important political figure because nobody else other than Charlie Kirk is out here saving the kids at the colleges and taking them away from the indoctrination. That's the future of our country. Us getting out here and making these videos like I do. Yeah, we're bringing some awareness, but humans are humans. They hear what we say and then they forget it as soon as they turn the fucking live stream off. But not Charlie. He would sit there and he would actually listen to what you said. He would let you scream at him and smile at you and then calmly tell you, you know what, that's your opinion and I respect it. But I feel this way. And he would even tell you, I'm the minority, and if I feel this specific way, I'm the minority on it. Or he would tell you he was the majority. He was very kind about everything he did. He never got mad about any of you, never said anything hateful. See, the problem with you leftists is words are just hate to you. Okay, you think hate speech is anything that you don't agree with. You think that inciting you into violence is someone saying something that you disagree with. And you call that person evil or hateful, just simply because you don't agree with the words they're saying. Now you're out here bitching about losing your jobs. Oh, we're losing our jobs because we're talking on the internet. Well, our brother lost his life and gave the ultimate sacrifice because he was talking on the internet. So it's not fair for you to lose your job, but it's fair for us to lose our lives. Don't mistake emotion for weakness. Don't mistake fucking anger and frustration for sadness. Because we're extremely sad. But above all else, we're fucking angry, bro. We're pissed. And the fact that I'm seeing people that are of some of the nicest people I've ever known on podcasts saying the exact same things I'm saying and feeling the exact same way that I'm feeling right now. This is how we feel. This is how we feel. You started something. I'm sure you've seen The Walking Dead, right? We are Negan. We are all Negan. Well, we are all Charlie Kirk, baby. And do you remember what happened when you disagreed and you did something stupid towards Negan's group? Well, Lucille's fucking thirsty, baby. She needs to drink. So, we're going to let her drink. You're not going to be coming to our rallies and getting stupid anymore. We're going to physically stop you from now on. We're not going to let you. You ain't doing it. Because when you come up to us, we're automatically going to assume you're trying to fucking kill us. Because you've already said that's what you're going to do. And we're not talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different accounts saying this. We're talking millions upon millions and millions of these wacko kids all over the inner spheres. Like I said, from Blue Sky to YouTube to X to everywhere. Instagram, all of it. You're bragging and you're cheering and you're getting in the streets and you're throwing it in the people's faces that you assassinated one of us. You're gleefully happy about it. You're evil. Lord, in the name of Jesus, I pray that you just expel all these demons. I pray that you give me the strength to stay in my right state of mind and not do something stupid. I pray that you give me the strength that when I come across one of these demons, I cut them down, Lord. I pray for your full armor. I pray for the sword of justice to be placed in my hand so I can get out here and do what needs to be done for this country and for the people that I love in this country. Amen, Father. I love you guys. I'm telling you right now, I love you. And I am willing to put myself out here and on the line for you, no matter who you are. But if you're a trans Tifa or an Antifa, you've made it very clear where you stand. Your whole ideology is gone. And you don't think we know who you are. We know who every single one of you are. We've been keeping track this entire fucking time. We've been following your posts for 8 years. We've been saving your names. We know who you are. We know who your families are. We know where you are. That's what we're proving to you right now. When I say 37 different whole entire companies and over 475 people have completely lost their jobs, people are losing their pensions. Companies are cutting their pensions off right now because you're acting like this. But you think you're the majority and you think you're the one that's in the right. But the rest of the fucking world is up in arms right now. But your little 0.1% of the minority of the country is the one that's right. But literally the whole world is up in arms for Charlie Kirk. Europe and Ireland, Britain, they're getting in the streets for Charlie Kirk right now. Are we going to allow countries that we literally fought a war to be free from set a staple for what's supposed to happen after this assassination? Really, USA, where are we at, patriots? Where are the 3%ers at? Besides me, am I the only one left in the world? One out here that's literally willing to get out here and walk in the middle of these motherfuckers still after all this happened. Man, we got people out here that are setting up rallies. We got a bunch of cowards that are canceling stuff, but boy, howdy, Eric is getting out here. I'm going to be honest, I was super surprised about that. Because if you don't know, Erica Kirk already has a podcast. She has this whole time. Charlie didn't really want her. You know, that's why he only put her on every once in a while. You remember she was a guest when they did the Deportations Live and the CPAC and stuff like that. But he didn't want her in this life. You know, and y'all just she's got those babies to worry about. You know what I mean? And now she has to take up the legacy of her husband. We all have to help with that. We all have to help Erica stay safe. We all have to help Steven Crowder. Y'all have no clue what's going on with Steven Crowder, I'm sure, because he's only on Rumble now and barely posts anything on YouTube. And a lot of you aren't on Rumble, but he's being subpoenaed by the ATF for giving us the information they weren't going to. He's being subpoenaed by the Utah County Sheriff's Department for giving us information that they weren't going to, that their officers leaked to him. that we know is verified information at this point. Fucking, they're giving him death threats, coming after him again. I mean, they never stopped, I'm sure, but it's getting quite insane for a lot of different people out here. All these big influencers, they're trying to kill them actively right now as we speak, but you don't hear about it because they don't tell you until after it's already happening. Just like our government doesn't get involved until everybody's already dead. Oh, they're already dead, so now let's put military in the fucking streets. You know, the crimes have already been committed. These people are still voting this way, so let's permanently put military in the streets that aren't going to do anything because the moment we pull them out, they're still voting this way in these cities. Supposed to go right back to normal. Hey, let's get deportations in the cities that voted for this shit before the red states that didn't vote for it. It's a great idea, right? It's not gonna piss any patriots off or nothing. You know, it's just, you got to look at how everything's progressed in this past year. And it's not progressing the way we thought it was going to be. I'll be the first one to admit, I think I might have been wrong. I love my president, but man, there's a lot on the plate right now. We're about to go to war with 2 different countries, possibly nuclear war. We got China. Wait a minute. Are you saying China is number one or China's our number one enemy? Because they are our number one enemy. And as far as I'm concerned, we should just wipe China off the fucking map. There's no point in China even being there. We should take all the citizens and then wipe their government completely off the map. Get rid of the Chinese Communist Party because most of their citizens don't want to live like that. They're forced to live like that. They have no choice, you know? Everything's owned by the Chinese Communist Party in China. It's horrible. It's fucking horrible. And if they speak out, they'll be killed. They're not allowed to speak out. They'll be killed. So, I can read numbers. No, I'm dyslexic. I can't read numbers. China is the greatest? Well, I think you should be the deepest. If China's the greatest, I think you should be the deepest. Isn't that right, comrade? You sorry fucking pathetic coward. Because let me tell you why China's the greatest. Because for them, together, as one they are weak, but together they are strong. Because they're a bunch of pussies. As one they are weak. Their own credo tells you what they are. As one we are weak, together we are strong. That's why they do the communist fist. Not to be separated from the revolutionary fist, which are 2 completely different things, and they conflate them as the same. That's why the thumb is off of the fist in the revolutionary fist, because you're in a revolution. You fight together, but as one, you are still strong. But in communism, the finger goes over the fist, because as one, we are weak, but together as a collective, as a hive mind, as a single thinking organism that can't think for themselves, we are strong. So you can't do anything for yourselves. So like I said, if we disappeared and you actually were able to kill all of us, you would just die off. You'd die off. You wouldn't have clean water. That'd be the first thing to go. Then you wouldn't have electricity after about 3 months. You wouldn't have any edible food after about 72 hours because everything would start shutting down because we run these power stations 24 hours a day. You understand that, right? There's a person, oh no, you're calling 199. Man, call 811. That's where you find out how to dig a hole, where you can dig a hole at without hitting any wires. See, that's the funny thing. The first thing I did when I got back live on social media is I called all the lieutenants in Charlotte County Sheriff's Department. I let them know I was going live again and that y'all would be swatting me and reporting me left and right. And they laughed because they all know me. I've been doing this for 8 years. There's not a cop in this town that doesn't fucking know me. They've all swatted me fucking 9 million times when I had my big channel. So they laugh. They don't even show up. You know, I get the cops called on me at least 19 times a day in my town just because you pussies are offended by my truck. 19 times a day. The cops like, man, sometimes we wish you wouldn't drive your truck because we're so busy just taking phone calls on you. I don't give a fuck. I love offending you people. That's why my truck looks the way it does. It's exactly why I have the Trump truck. You fucking pussies wrote a whole book about me. It's called White Rule Rage, The End of Democracy. That's my truck before I put everything on it. That's in the beginning when all I had was one little Trump sign on the side, and then a little American flag on the back. And then you started attacking me. So I put more, and meth does kill. I fucking hate meth heads, man. I smashed it. You can go through my videos. This is what happens when liberals attack. I smashed the fuck out of a meth head that came up and put his breath in my face the other day. Fucking left him laying on the ground. They had to come get a fucking ambulance on him. I can't stand fucking dope heads. Can't stand alcoholics. I don't drink. I drink coffee and I drink Monster. That's my drug. Jesus. So, I don't do this very often, but in the mornings, I'm going to start going live for about 45 minutes, and we're going to read some passages, and we're going to go through the whole book of Revelation. So you guys could see what kind of warriors and savage monsters you're supposed to be during the end of times, which is clearly what we're in now. Look at the earthquakes. Look at the weather. Look at everything that's happening. Everything's turning backwards and changing. You know, all the good ones are getting taken right now. So, I mean, I honestly believe, I feel like we're in Revelation right now. Half the signs that we're in Revelation have started. Everybody's like, well, where's Antichrist? Listen, Revelation is thousands of years long. You understand that, right? The book of Revelation represents thousands of years of torment this world is going to have to go through before the end of times can actually come and the New Jerusalem can be put back down on the earth. My dad was a fucking minister that traveled the world and preached God to everybody. You're not going to stump me on the Bible just because I'm vulgar. I grew up in a foster system after my dad passed away that absolutely turned me into a savage motherfucker. And I was on my own when I was 15 years old living in the fucking woods. So, but you're not going to stump me on the Bible. I've read it a billion times cover to cover. You know, I was forced to when I was a kid. And then for a while I was an Odinist. And I believed in the Allfather. If you don't know what an Odinist is, it's the Viking religion that believes in Thor and Loki and the World Tree and the Allfather. Thor had two goats named Sol and Manny that he could tear apart and eat forever. And then I found my way back to Christ eventually. And then I found my fear of God when I almost died a couple times, you know. So I truly, honestly fear God. I don't know about, man, like, you know how many times they've said we had aliens come in here, bro, and we've had wars started because of it? You know, we had 2 world wars started because they said aliens were going to land in fucking New York. You know, I mean, fucking shit, bro. I think if aliens were going to come to Earth, they would have done it by now. We just released AI that we now have found out is driving. The internet's dead. AI is driving over 62% of the internet right now. 62% of all these views I'm getting right now are probably AI generated in a fake account. Which is fine to me, because YouTube now goes through and takes those off of your live accounts. You don't get credit for those views. You know what I mean? But the majority of everybody we think we're talking to, when it's not in person, is a fake person that doesn't exist. It's an AI robot. All those pictures I did today, it's because I got remonetized on X and now I got the full features of Grok. You know what I mean? Literally in 35 seconds, I have a badass fucking montage of Charlie Kirk and a badass picture of Charlie Kirk. You know what I mean? I did the Saint Charlie Kirk and then I had him done up in several different ways as a Templar knight leading his army into battle. You know what I mean? So, I mean, AI is convenient. It really is. But if you've never done anything other than AI, then you're stupid. You'll never learn anything. A zesty meth head. Who's the liberal here? I don't know. Maybe the one that all they can do is insult people and not have a conversation or actually debate them. But I will drink the rest of this pot of coffee before I go to bed tonight. Because I'm extremely ADD. Extremely fucking ADD. My mind never stops. Most people come out of their ADD when they get older. Mine's gotten worse. I work out 4 hours out of the day. I go to the gym for 4 fucking hours because my body won't stop and I have to go until I get tired. That's why I look like I do at 43 years old. I hung from this bar right here for 5 minutes earlier today. Just free hanging. You know, I pace when I'm on my phone. I go through the internet all day looking up everything that's going on with Charlie Kirk. This is all I do right now. I'm giving up. Well, I can't give up everything. I've already given up everything. This is my house right now. You know what I mean? That's why I got this built out for her. She's got her own little mat here. And this is my fucking house, even though I've got that there. How you doing, baby? She's like, why are you waking me up, butthole? She's got her own air conditioner that blows on her all night long. I take that to our events, too. Now, understand, I'll repost everything that's ever happened to me from these leftists of why I live like this. I had a 4-bedroom house when Trump got elected in 2016. I own the second largest Trump store in Southwest fucking Florida. If you know me in Port Charlotte, you know my store. They caught it on fire. Cost me $78,000 worth of damage in that because I didn't have the building insured because I didn't own it. So I had to reimburse the owner for all the work that had to get done, which a lot of it I was able to do myself because that's what I do. But after that, they smashed my truck up. I know y'all know, if you've followed my channel for any amount of time, you know about all the vandalism they've done to my truck. They've cut my brake lines 15 times. They've stabbed my radiator. I've gone through 5 radiators in the past 2 years. They smashed up the side, busted all my windows out, poured a box of rats through the window of my truck at the Sarasota Trump rally that we had 58,000 people at, by the way. That was in 2022 that happened. God, it's hard to... Oh, they pulled in that big trailer I used to have with all the equipment in. They pulled in, they stole that. Still financing, the 2 mowers are in it, so I have to pay that off. That's a finance I have every month. I'm sure you remember, if you've been on my channel at any amount of time, when they burnt my RV down while me and my dog were sleeping in it at the same time the George Floyd riots were going on. That's why she's got that big burn on her head. A piece of melted plastic fell on her head. Shot 3 times with a .22 at pro-Palestine rally in Sarasota. Dog attacked, leg broken. And don't worry, he didn't walk away from that one. I mean, I keep going. I've posted all the death threats I get on a daily basis for all this time. They don't want me back out here. You know what I mean? I've posted school board meetings, 213 school board meetings, 313 pedophiles arrested, 79 county meetings, 24 policies and ordinance that were against the Constitution changed in counties in the state of Florida. Over 975 pornographic books pulled out of the schools in Southwest Florida by me and my dog from speaking at school board meetings and bombarding county meetings. That's why all this started happening. I started speaking at school board meetings when the whole COVID thing and all the pornographic LGBTQ stuff started, and I started getting attacked on that. Then Alex Jones played a few of my videos on InfoWars, and I guess everything started going viral and blowing up. Just Google Berserker Patriot Store on TikTok. Google views from Berserker Patriot Store on TikTok. I had 797 million views the last day when they canceled my TikTok. I can never get back on TikTok. I'm permanently banned no matter if I have a new VPN. They got me in facial recognition. I can't even get on TikTok. If I make a video on TikTok on someone else's account, it's banned within 24 hours. So they won't let me back on TikTok. I had 10.5 million followers on TikTok in 2020 and 2016. Most of that was because of my big Trump store. And Donald Trump was going through elections, and I was campaigning for Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis. Boy, was that a big mistake. Oh, fucking flaky ass Ron. Fuck me, man. Don't get me started on him. But the moral of the story is I'm going to be going live with all the information tomorrow from Charlie Kirk's assassination. We will have all the paperwork, all the facts. That's why I waited so long to do that live special. Everybody else is releasing all this speculation before we have the actual facts of the matter. And before we even reviewed any of the fucking footage. You know what I mean? At first, we didn't think there was much footage. Now we found out there's thousands and thousands of videos from that day because there were thousands of people there and all of them were recording with their cell phone. But instead of turning this information into the cops so they can go through it, they posted it on the internet so we can go through it. That's why this stuff's getting done so fast. You know what I mean? Like I said, the guy was posting in Discord the entire time, every single thing he was doing after he assassinated our brother. Every single thing he was doing. He's like, I'm over here. I dropped my gun here. Somebody go pick my gun up right here. I'm going here. Meet me over there. You know what I mean? And it still took him, 4 days to catch him? So... always one more thing. Look, I'm just trying to give you the facts as I see them and as they're happening. You know what I mean? If I were to go live on my GoPro again, I wouldn't be able to see any of your comments and respond to any of your comments. Yeah, well, guess what? I don't watch anything I say to or what I say. I don't give a fuck. If you want to come attack me and kill me, come do it, motherfucker. Because if you don't succeed, it's going to be the most miserable year of your fucking life. Because I'm not going to kill you right away. I'm going to bring you with me. I'm going to throw you over my shoulder like a fucking backpack. We're going to take a trip. So, understand that. We're done. We're done being the tolerant, peaceful right. It's not happening anymore. You thought you would just get to keep killing us and keep doing all this stuff? You really thought that was going to happen like that? Because it's not going to happen like that. You know? Now we've got politicians that are starting to tell us it's okay to do what we need to do. That's what we've been waiting for. See, a civil war isn't just two factions fighting each other. It's two factions of the government and two factions of society fighting against each other. And until we that are law-abiding citizens and actually give a shit about what our country stands for and the checks and balances of our country. So you say you care about due process, but then you're violating every agreement that we've ever had in the history of America, and you're just bypassing all due process and assassinating people and murdering people. You know what I mean? So on one hand, you bitch about due process, but only due process for you, right? Not due process for anybody else. Fuck everybody else. What you mean to say is you just want to get your way, or you're going to throw a temper tantrum and tear up as much shit as you can. That's all you're saying. You're a giant fucking baby that still wears fucking diapers and shits in your pants. And if you don't get your way, you fall down and you kick and you scream and you punch the ground and you fucking hurt shit. You break shit. Fuck. Use that nasty diet fucking creamer of my roommate. Oh, that stuff's gross. Fucking, who wants diet pumpkin fucking creamer? I'll tell you what, if you like sugar cookies, they don't even make sugar cookies that taste as good as this sugar cookie fucking creamer does anymore. This is what the original sugar cookies used to taste like. Kids, you want to know what a sugar cookie is supposed to taste like? Get some of this creamer and put it in your fucking coffee. Because they don't make food like that anymore. So, yes, I drink a lot of coffee and I drink a lot of energy drinks because I'm old. And I've got a lot on my plate every day. You know, it's not just like a spur of the moment thing to get ready and get all this information from one of these live events. You understand that, right? I actually have to sit down and go through like 500 different videos to get each piece of information that I'm able to give to you. So like I said, I've reinvested in the cameras now. I'm trying to raise the money to get a fucking laptop right now so I can have more compatibility with uploading from my cameras, because it really sucks to load shit from your GoPro Quick app to your fucking cell phone. It takes forever. It's retarded as fuck. Everybody says GoPro's great. Personally, I think it's a fucking piece of shit. So, not a fan of it. Not for going live anyway. I got the GoPro 12 Creator Edition, and it's not what they said it was going to be. For fucking $700, it should be a lot better. And so now I got to invest in a laptop and then a few more programs. I've already paid for 12 programs for editing and stuff like that. So we're going to get some good live streams going back again. And I won't just be sitting here talking on my cell phone off the cuff like this. We'll actually have scripts and we will go through exactly what's happening on the news. Because if I had a laptop sitting in front of me right now, I could hook up to my Wi-Fi or my hotspot and we could be going through all of this news just through the phone if I needed to. And so bear with me for a little bit. For all of you coming on my stream, whether you like me or not, like I say every time, you trolls are my best friends, man. All you do is think about me. I live rent-free in your fucking head. You fucking get a hold of my phone number from the back of my truck and you call me all the time. Even if you're threatening me, you'd say fuck me. You really must want to fuck me because all you do is think about me. Because you've got me so fucked up, I'm living in my truck. But you still call me every day just to let me know you're thinking about me. And I feel honored by that. I love my trolls. I will never, ever ban you. I will never report you on here for anything on YouTube to get you banned on YouTube. Because you have a constitutional right to talk shit to me. And that's just how it is. Plain simple. I believe in the Constitution. I'm a constitutionalist. If it doesn't abide by the Constitution, it doesn't exist in my opinion. All laws that are against the Constitution are non and void and don't exist according to the Constitution itself. The Constitution is the law of the land. Nothing is above the Constitution. And we have tend to forget that in America. Like, the reason I'm pissed off that we have military in the streets, because it's not supposed to be military. The forefathers made it very clear in hundreds of different writings, even in the Fifth Amendment, the militia. The militia is supposed to be the law of the land in insurrection, extreme violent unrest, and invasion. It's supposed to be the militia of each state that's funded, trained, and a commander appointed to, and we're supposed to be sent out to deal with this shit. That's what pisses me off, because that's what the Constitution dictates, and that's what every writing of the forefathers says. And you know what the forefathers said? They said, no militant force shall ever be over the people of America. No military force shall ever come onto American soil. All of this stuff they're doing now, these are laws that have just gotten passed. Even gun laws are new. 1968 was the first gun control act of America. Before that, they didn't take guns from just anybody that committed crimes. All of this stuff, there's no history and tradition in America for any of this new shit y'all think is okay. If you actually go through the forefathers' writings in the Constitution, though, they literally just tell you what they mean about the Second Amendment. They literally tell you what they mean about the militia. Like, well, the forefathers meant this. No, they wrote exactly what they meant. Benjamin Franklin wrote exactly what he meant. Thomas Jefferson, James Adams, James Madison, all of them. John Adams, James Madison, all of them. They wrote what they meant. They had the Federalist writings, and then you can look up the forefathers' diary writings as well, and their wives' diary writings. So you're like, well, they taught me in school. Well, that sucks. You went to an indoctrinated school that didn't teach you a fucking thing, didn't you? And now you're out here on the streets wondering why you can't survive. Well, you have no knowledge because you were indoctrinated and brainwashed by a fucking woke teacher, and that sucks for you. That sucks for you. It's funny when you see these videos of these people crying because they actually got out here in real life and realized, oh, fuck, I can't live in this. Like, there's some girl going up viral right now because she was making fun of Charlie Kirk, and they've written whole songs about how cool it is for Charlie Kirk to be dead. Do you understand that? Tom McDonald, we love you, brother. Thank you for the song, Charlie. I don't care what. All these other ones sound like shit. Tom's is the best. Plain and simple. The Eminem song sounds stupid. None of the words even go together. I get what it is, and I love that you did that. I love that you did that, but it sucks that it took this, Eminem, for this to happen, for you to wake the fuck up. Because you know what? This whole time, you've been radicalizing these children, too. You've been against us this whole time. So you're part of the fault of this. You understand that? All of these people, all these famous rappers that are all of a sudden switching to our side right now, they're the ones that have also been spitting this rhetoric that has been radicalizing these children. And you want us to just give forgiveness. Our brother is dead because of these mainstream media organizations that we're okay with them out here bragging. Look at the TMZ thing. That was fucking insane, bro. And then they tried to make up some bullshit that they weren't sharing and laughing on live TV about Charlie Kirk dying. You know, it's insane. They're literally blaming this on CNN. They're blaming all of this on Charlie Kirk and us. People like us is the reason this happened. Right-wing violence is why this happened. This guy was a conservative. No, he wasn't. We verified that he wasn't. None of you are paying attention, though. I went through and I played all this stuff for you. I posted all the information that his roommate / daddy, stop it. No, I'm going to spank you. I'm going to spank you. I'm not going to stop it. Needs to be punished. Absolutely. That's a Kung Pao King. Were you born in the 80s or 90s? Kung Pao King. Let's see. Charlie's wife has passed out. What? You mean sleepy, tired? More than likely. Well, I just talked to Charlie's team, and I WhatsApped with Erica about an hour ago, and she didn't say anything about being fucking sick, so she's all broke up and fucked up, but they're still keeping, that's the funny thing, too. They're still keeping up with all of Charlie's stuff. They're still keeping up with his posts on social media. I mean, they're doing such a wonderful job. And this is horrible. Do you guys know that when Charlie Kirk was shot, when his daughter heard the bang, if you go through the video and you slow it down and you turn the screen, she started running towards her dad while he slumped over and fell on the fucking ground, man. Because her dad was her savior. Her dad was her fortress and her safety. And she went running towards her father as he was assassinated when she heard that pop. People are fucking sick, man. That's all I can say. Paul Reed. We'll find out who you are. Let's go like this right here. Let's go like that right there. Screenshot and pin message. You're going to pass out, my friend. I'm reading through some of these comments. I know what most of you have jumped off of here now, but we've been live for over an hour. If I don't have a script off the cuff, off the top of my head, sorry guys, an hour, about 55 minutes is what I got for you. There's a lot of information to go through. There's a lot of information I'm forgetting right now too, you know. But the most important stuff was to find out that everything we thought and everything we went through and everything we posted was absolutely true. I don't watch the news. I don't watch the news. Like CNN or anything like that. I don't know if I've ever watched CNN in my life. I see their clips, and if I see a clip that I don't like, I'll go through and watch that full episode to see what the context of the clip was. But I don't like Fox News. They're biased half the time too. You know, I used to like Fox News, but half the time they're fucking biased. You know. What that was the Michael, that was the professor, right? That's the professor. Michael, give me a I'll text her when we get off of here. I'll send a message and see what's going on. I will. Look. I will. We also gotta look at the fact that they're posting a lot of things right now. Everybody is posting a lot of different things. You know, what I want to know about is the video I posted earlier to X. I want to know about the guy that's running away from right in front of Charlie Kirk, trying to get the fuck out of there as fast as he could with a 45 in his hand. That's what I want to know about. That's what I want to find out. Who the fuck was that guy and what the fuck was he doing? Gray shirt, black pants, black shoes. That guy. Buffed up. Look like he maybe ex-military, goes to the gym a lot. But he wasn't looking around for nobody. And that's another thing I was disappointed about. I know a lot of families are there, but not one person had the presence of mind to try to find the guy after the shot. You know what I mean? Nobody had the presence of mind to, like, we've got the video of the guy on the fucking roof. Nobody had the presence of mind to say, hey, that guy's on the fucking roof laying in the prone position. Maybe we should do something about that. You know what I mean? There's plenty of video of people showing the guy on the roof laying in the prone position. Nobody thought, hey, as we're seeing this guy run across the roof, run and tackle the motherfucker and break his legs. Nobody thought that. You know what I mean? Everybody's, well, they're normal citizens, man. Normal citizens are supposed to be savage motherfuckers. This is America. We're conquerors. We're not supposed to be a weak society. We're not supposed to be a weak country. We're the bastion of the world. We're supposed to set an example for the entire world of strength because we are the world's police. We are the world's authority, basically. You know, nobody does anything without asking America first. That's why we are America first. You know what I mean? Because everybody else puts America first because they can't do it unless we tell them it's okay half the time. What have I conquered? Plenty. I've conquered plenty of things. All conquering something is defeating something that's against you. And I've defeated many of you people that are against me. I'm not dead. You've tried to kill me numerous times. I'm still alive. So I conquered that. You know, I conquered death when I was in the hospital for 19 months dying. I conquered that. You know, I conquered the devil in my heart when I was an Odinist and I turned back to Jesus Christ. I conquered that demon. horrible motherfucker. But you know what? I still love you. You know, I still love myself. I'm still smiling. I'm still alive. So therefore I conquer death at this moment. Love you guys. Whether you talk shit to me, that's the thing. Is these people don't even realize while they're talking all, you know what? For the first few days, I was like, man, AJ's a sorry sack of shit for saying that. But, you know, I just got your top one after I got your bottom one. Not time for jokes yet. But I'm going to be honest, for the first day, first 24 hours, I was like, you know what? I couldn't believe he was dead. Like when my neighbor came over running in tears and said Charlie Kirk was assassinated, I'm like, no, I just watched what happened. I was watching it live, and I'm still in denial. I didn't want to believe that happened. I didn't want to believe he was dead. I believed he got shot because I saw it happen, you know. But whenever I'm tired, whenever I'm run down, whenever I don't feel good, I didn't want to go live tonight because I don't have all my good stuff to go live with yet. Love you. Get back to work. Because I don't have all the good stuff to do great content yet. But I forced myself to watch the video of Charlie getting shot. And I told myself, well, you know what? If he can give the ultimate sacrifice, I don't need to sleep right now. I need to go live. I need to speak on what's happening. And we need to try to bring awareness to whoever will listen. We are having, I started talking about this earlier and then I read a comment. I, right now, this week, am going down and I'm going to purchase a 24 by 24 Charlie Kirk picture of him and the family. I've got like 10 different ones I want to choose from. I might just do a collage. I don't know yet. I might just do a whole, as a matter of fact, I'm going to do a whole collage of different Charlie stuff. And we've got a memorial park here for first responders and military and American heroes. And I'm trying to get the okay from the county code compliance right now and the county commissioners to put up a 20-foot cross that says, remember Charlie Kirk, and then put up a glass case with the Charlie Kirk collage. And then anybody that wants to come by and show their support will have a board that you can sign and take a picture and stuff like that with, and pray and just show your remembrance for Charlie Kirk. So I want to set up a permanent memorial out there to do that. He's weird. You're fucking weird. Quantum X Risk. I like being weird. I enjoy it. Normal people suck. Normal people aren't interesting. It's the ones that get out here and make noise and actually speak out for the truth that catch my interest. As you all know, I don't do this for money. I don't do this for anything else. Things have gotten a little expensive, and it's time for me. I just went and got remonetized, so yeah, we'll see what happens with that. I'm monetizing all my videos at the moment. They've been doing a lot of copyright infringement, though, right now for the Tom McDonald Charlie song. So we just had to dispute about 19 different videos because that was in the background. If I don't want to say that fucking word and it's going to make me say something stupid. He was everybody's family. What are you talking about? He was the whole world's fucking family. He was the most important speaking figure in the world. Clearly, we're seeing that. Because you people are the minority of the entire fucking world. And soon the people will be in the streets doing to you what they're doing to people in fucking Europe right now. They're beating the fuck out of those Muslims. They are fucking them up and getting them out of their streets right now. That's why I think it's funny that America's the last one to stand the fuck up. See, these liberals have been getting together in mass numbers and breaking and fucking our shit up for 8 years now. Why we tolerated. Why we sat back. Why we just talked on the internet. No more. No more. You're going to find out. Because you have no clue the millions of people that are going to be at these rallies that are about to be happening. They're getting set up as we speak right now. All of us are about to start having rallies every single fucking day. And you come, there ain't no more protesting. There ain't no more constitution for you. You're terrorists. Okay? We've given you, you've stretched this as far as it can go. You have now broken the fucking tether. There is nothing at keeping you safe from us any longer. You come to our events, we're going to smash you immediately. Period. Period. Because you're trying to kill us. Period. There's no more left or right. There's no more Republican or Democrat. You're either of Christ or you're a demon. And the soldiers of Christ, our job is to strike down demons with the sword of fiery vengeance. So, that's the fact of the matter. If you don't like what I'm saying, the beauty of it is, not one thing I've said is a direct threat to anybody or considered hate speech in the United States of America. You have to watch how you say things, or the FBI will pop at your door the next day, just so you know, guys. I found that out the hard way in 2020, didn't I? 19 different times. I got my own special fucking agent because I'm a domestic MAGA terrorist deemed by the Democrats. Which I think is fucking hilarious. You would consider someone that wants to make America great again domestic terrorists. But criminal, alien, illegal invaders that come to our country, rape and pillage and fucking destroy, you consider heroes. People that go out and murder and fucking assassinate, you consider heroes. I will say it again like I said it earlier because half of you weren't on here. Absolutely, I want Epstein list released. They're like, well, what if Trump's on it? Well, Trump's on it, we'll beat the fuck out of him. Shit. I find out my president's a pedophile, I'll treat him like I treat any other pedophile. See, everybody says wood chippers for pedophiles, and it says wood chippers for pedophiles on my truck. For 13 years it said that on my truck before y'all made that shit famous. But you know what we need? We need the blood eagle back for pedophiles. That's what we need. If you don't know what the blood eagle is, look up what a blood eagle is. Or better yet, the show Vikings, look up the clip from Ragnar Lothbrok giving the blood eagle to the French king. That's what we need to bring back for the pedophiles. Slow motion blood eagle. You're so stupid. Hey, we're going to pin that. I want you to understand that is direct defamation to Charlie Kirk. Boom, replace the pin measure. I'm not going to report you to YouTube because I won't get you canceled because you have the right to freedom of speech, but I will report you to Erica Kirk, who I have directly on WhatsApp. And that is direct defamation, saying Charlie Kirk was on fentanyl. I can see you chose the demon. I like to smash demons. Come see me, demon, anytime you want to. I'm in Port Charlotte, Florida. Hold on. Let me get out here and show you what my truck looks like because you can't fucking miss me, demon. I told you. I don't fear any of you. I do this so you'll come after me and not other people. Let me show you who I am, demon. You can't miss me. Here. Oh, I can't turn my light on while I'm doing YouTube live. But you can't miss me because look, right here with bloody handprints, it says, "We are Charlie Kirk." Oh, you know what? Boom, I got you. Hold on. I'm going to show you who I am, demon. Mr. Demon. Ugh. Where's my little light? Damn it. Hold on. Bear with me. Well, this one will work, I guess. Of this guy. Okay? I don't want you to mistake me for somebody else. You can't miss me. Look, there's my information. I don't fear meeting my creator. Not even a little bit. None. But I promise you, if you don't take me out from a distance, you ain't gonna make it away from me. So anytime you want to come after me, my name is Joshua Pierce. They call me the Berserker Patriot. anytime any of you leftist terrorists want to come after me, I'm here. Anytime. I don't live in fear from you people. I never have, and I never fucking will. You've had your shot to get rid of me. You've had your chance to kill me. You've tried, and it's not worked. I can't believe you shot me with a 22. That was the funniest thing that ever happened to me, bro. The fucking first one literally bounced off my fucking skull right here. I'll post the pictures from it. The second one, it took out a pretty good chunk of my ankle. You know, right there. I'm not gonna lie. It took out a pretty good chunk. And the other one went straight through my hand, and it was through and through. I was able to shove some super glue in it and wrap it up with some fucking gauze. I've never even called the cops on you people except for the first 2 times. And then I realized the cops aren't worth a fuck. You know, I prefer to deal with it on my own. So understand, when you attack me, I've never called the cops on you people. Okay, I stopped doing that after the second time. I don't see a point in it. All this vandalism on my truck, never called the cops on you. You know, so understand that. I'd rather deal with you. No, I took a nap earlier, actually. Because I don't hunt people down like a savage fucking animal. That's why. Is he the one that's still on the loose? Is that the boyfriend? Well, Tyler is the one that's in custody, isn't he? He's the assassin. Or is that Twix that's the assassin? So, yeah, we don't just go randomly. See, that's called evil. That would be called murder. I don't murder people. I destroy demons that attack me. Okay, so when we go to these rallies and you people are coming to us, you're attacking us because you've already said that you're going to kill all of us. So now we have the legal justification. When you come up to us, we're legally allowed to smash you because you people were dumb enough to put all this shit in writing, millions of you. You understand how that works, right? You like to use your defense. Oh, well, he said this, so we did this. Well, guess what? That works both ways. You said you were going to kill me. So the moment I saw you, I took you out. Works both ways. We don't have to come after you. You'll come after us because you're fucking cowards. You're pussies. You can't do anything else. You pussy. You big old fucking dumb pussy. Come do something. You know what I'm saying? It's plain and simple. You know how I know you're going to come after me? Because you always do. You always do. I will never have to come after you. You will always come after me. You will always be the first one to be a savage, uncivilized human being and put violence before justice. You scream due process while you're murdering people. You scream due process while you're throwing people in prison for 4 years with no due process. That's how we know you literally hate America, because everything America stands for, you don't. You want due process for the things that are against America, and you don't want due process for the people that are for America. So you're not Americans as far as we're concerned. We don't consider you having constitutional rights anymore. You're a terrorist. You thought you were going to hide behind the Constitution, but once you assassinated our head figure, the Constitution goes out the window, bro. In times of war, the Constitution doesn't matter. You understand that, right? Now it's wartime, maritime laws, which are much different. Now we will give you liberty. Liberty and freedom are two different things. Liberty is something that somebody says, hey, I'm going to give you the freedom to go over here right now. You have the liberty to go do something. You no longer have the freedom to freely travel in America, to freely be a part of this country. We cannot coexist with people that just want to murder us. Period. We do not consider you, any of you people that have these trans-Tifa and Tifa ideologies, as a part of this country any longer. You are now a criminal invader of our country and a terrorist that's trying to kill all the people of America. And it's our duty as American citizens to physically stop you via the Constitution. I need help? No, we needed help before you assassinated Charlie. You people have no clue. You call me crazy, but I'm literally the sane one here. You're fucking killing and murdering my people, and you expect me to be okay with that because you feel like you're justified for murder. Murder. Okay. Killing someone that's coming after you is one thing, but going out and killing people in horrific ways is suicidal murder in America. Because when you kill a figure of the side that is the majority strength of this fucking country, you people aren't a strength of anything. You can't even pick up a fucking weight. You can't even do a pull-up. Bro, you don't even have balls. You cut your dick and balls off. You're not even a fucking human anymore. You're a eunuch. You're not. See, we don't even have to see you as humans. Because, you know, that's what they did. That's what they used to have the stories of the demons about. They would cut their junk off. You know what I mean? The demons would cut their their servitude junk off and turn them into eunuchs and walk them around with fucking muzzles and shit. You know, those are what the biblical stories were. You're one of the fucking eunuch demons is what you are. Anyone that's cut your body parts off, you're not a trans person. You're what's called a eunuch. You just don't have body parts now. That's all it is to it. We already had a name for that. It was called a eunuch. We used to do that to monks to punish them so they could not have sex anymore. We used to do that to slaves, too. We used to cut their junk off so they could feel no gratification. To white slaves, by the way. We didn't do that to black people. We did that to white slaves. Black people were persecuted. White slaves were persecuted 10,000 years before we even knew what a fucking black person was. You're literally 22% of the world's entire population. There's not enough of you to have been fucking oppressed more than anybody else. You understand that, right? That's the outright logic to it. Nobody even knew what the fuck you were until the Arabs came to your country and took you. Nobody else had ever been there. Nobody even knew what a black person was. You know what I mean? So, fuck, man. You talk about how oppressed black people were. You're still oppressed in Africa, where you're still legal slaves. You're still oppressed in the Arab countries where you're still legal slaves. I'm sorry that I'm such an evil white person that my group of ethnic people are the only ones that fought a war to give you slavery, because you didn't do it for yourself. You didn't have the mind power to take yourself out of slavery because you're still slaves in other countries. Only white people are the ones that aren't slaves anywhere else. You get that, right? Don't talk to me about no white privilege and black oppression, because you say everybody stole your culture. There's not enough of you for people to take your culture. The Dutch braid was a thing with the fucking Norse Vikings 10,000 years before your culture was even a thing, bro. Before anybody knew what your culture was. It's called a Dutch braid. Talk about cultural appropriation. What's your culture done? Brought 55% to 65% of the crime to our country? Since we fought for your freedom, all you've done is go backwards. And you've brought more crime to this country than any other cultural group, period. So don't talk to me about oppression when we give you slavery and you turn into savage fucking animals. You know what I'm saying? And start just killing people based on the color of their skin, like the fucking racist you are. Fuck. I don't know how many black people I've been attacked by in the past fucking few years and all this shit started. I have no sympathy for any of you anymore. None of you. You call me a racist, that word means nothing. You call me a fascist, that word doesn't mean a fucking thing either. None of these words you people say have any meaning to them whatsoever anymore. You know? So, we're going to go with the definition of retarded, okay? The definition of retarded from the 1982 Berserker Dictionary is any person that sides, thinks, or acts upon any Democrat, liberal platform. That's the new definition of retarded. Okay, the new definition of retarded is anyone that thinks that it's okay to murder people just because of their beliefs or their speech. That's not okay. No, it's not self-defense. It's just justified killing. Who cares about those semantical words anymore? Nobody. Nobody. The law doesn't matter anymore because the law is not here to keep us safe. They've made that very clear. Everybody's like, well, the law handled it the best they could. No, they didn't, because they've already tried to assassinate Trump 3 times. We have 2 people in custody that tried to assassinate our president the exact same way. So when our second largest political figure is doing an event and literally almost identical to how the Trump situation happened, what, you're telling me the CIA and the FBI are so fucking inept and non-functioning that you couldn't pre-plan for the assassination attempt of Charlie Kirk? That's crazy, bro. You couldn't have had some kind of professional security for literally one of the most famous people in the fucking world that brings more political commentary and more awareness than anybody. 200 yards away. You couldn't have at least had a fucking drone flying over his event? Seriously? That guy didn't just climb up on the roof and lay in the prone position while the event was going on within a matter of minutes. That dude was fucking sitting there on that roof for a minute, just like the Trump assassin was. You know what I mean? 200 yards away. That's not too far. That's not very, very far. It's not very close, but it's also not very far for people to just see what's going on, especially with a crowd of thousands of people, you know? Listen, bro, but a lot of people didn't know who he was, but the majority of the world knew who he was. We have entire countries with millions of people in their fucking streets right now because of the assassination of Charlie Kirk. This was the last straw for every country, not just here. Ireland's taking their country back now. Britain's taking their country back. The EU's taking itself back. All the woke ideology of America is over. It's done. Pretty soon it'll be illegal to be woke, and we will put you in prison for the rest of your life for these ideologies because you're terrorists. Period. You're terrorists. And you don't have constitutional rights when you're a terrorist. You understand that, right? Ipso facto, non-void constitutional rights when you're a fucking terrorist. That's the law. That's federal law. Communists don't have a constitutional right to be a communist in America. That's federal law. You can't run for office if you're a communist in America. That's against federal law. You know? So, all you people calling you communists, you're not a part of America because you can't legally be a communist in America. That's part of American tradition. There are actually laws against like that representative that's getting deported and having their fucking shit pulled right now because they on live they're a communist. That's why they're getting kicked. Because you can't legally be a communist in America. We're not a communist country. You're right, he couldn't because of all the fucking speedballs and women he raped and fucking counterfeit money he handed out. You're right, he couldn't breathe. With all the drugs he was on. I've been doing mixed martial arts all my life. I've been choked out more times than you can think of. And where that guy had that knee, and first of all, you call it a racist thing. They were black and fucking Asian, bro. There wasn't one white person killed on the guy. They were black and fucking Asian and Spanish. Y'all were screaming racist. That's another thing. You immortalize and call that guy a fucking saint. That dude was pure evil. He was pure fucking evil. He got what he asked for. He told them to put him on the fucking ground. He said, put me on the ground. I can't fucking breathe. So they put him on the ground and he died because he was on drugs and fucking raping women and beating women and handing out fake. He was an actual criminal that violated the law and had a rap sheet longer than my fucking body, bro. I have no sympathy for you people, none whatsoever. Hey, I made my mistakes in my past. I never got arrested for the first time until I was 30, though, and then it went downhill because of that arrest. So, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what you people say anymore. Your voice doesn't exist in this country anymore. You say, oh, we're going to get out here and protest. No, you're not. You're not. We're not going to let you. You're not. As soon as we're fully mobilized, we will be out here and we will just stop you. You're done. You don't exist in this fucking country anymore. You said you want all of us dead, and we're going to show you what happens when you threaten to kill the majority of America. That is the most savage force of America. We're just going to physically put you down. We're not going to call the cops on you anymore. We're not going to have cops at our events. We're going to have private militia security. We're going to hire mercenaries, is what we're going to do. We're going to hire private security from mercenary companies that have a Class 3 license, that can open carry assault rifles, actual military-style Class 3 rifles to our events. And that's what you're going to have to deal with. Them on our roofs from now on, drones flying over your head. Do you know that for $1,000 you can get our artillery drone? If you have a Class 3 license, you can get an artillery drone that holds a 45 ACP on top of it. So for $30,000, you can have 30,000 firearms in the air. But you gotta be class 3, and you gotta pass a mental and a mental test and all kinds of other stuff to get that kind of thing. Did you call me a jock? No, I mean, I'm a fitness guy, but I'm not a jock. You know what I mean? Warm in here anyway. I'm into fitness, but I definitely ain't no jock. I don't even like sports. The only sports I like are sports that fucking people are beating the fuck out of each other. My favorite sport, as a matter of fact, is, do you know the Night Wars, where they put on armor and they beat? I used to work at the Renaissance Festival. I was one of the knights that jousted. I used to get tagged with shit all day. I got scars all over my body from getting smacked with fucking real swords. Fucking, I like that kind of shit. I'd have preferred to have been born at a time where I could carry a sword and a shield in my fucking hand. Is what I would have preferred to be in. But yeah, that person's right. Paul Reed, I'm definitely not a jock. I'm more into hog hunting and gator fishing and, gator trapping and shit like that. Which reminds me, I gotta go get my tags before fucking gator season's up in Florida. I'm doing what I can, brother. Look, I'm 2 hours in, so now we're just talking with each other. I got 21 people left on here. An hour ago, I had 4,500 people on here. See, that's the thing that sucks about the cell phone, is all I can see is a small portion like this. That's my super chat. Okay? And then it's got something in the side screen right here, a bar for a tab for like hiding your live and rotating the camera and shit like that. And then up top, it gives you account view, but it only gives you account view and updates it like every 45 minutes to an hour. So you never know on here what your views are or anything until it's already uploaded 24 hours later. Because when you upload a 2-hour video from a live, it takes a while to get downloaded. But the weird thing is when I download it straight from my GoPro, like I did last night, it was instant. It was instant. 15 minutes later, it was the whole 2-hour live I did was downloaded to my phone. So I'm trying to figure out how that works. And hey, guys, I need people. If you guys aren't busy and you want to get out here and be a part of the movement, understand what you're getting into. Understand I am going to be putting myself in danger. But, I mean, I'm remonetized. We'll start making money and getting out here and going to these events. I need someone to hold cameras for me. I need people to help with editing because I'm no good at that. I can talk shit. I can be the one that puts myself in danger. But when it comes to editing, the tumor won't let me do that shit. My brain don't work that way anymore. So I need moderators. I need people to go out to events with me and hold rallies with me and stuff like that. I pay for everything. You get to eat for free. You know what I mean? Whatever monetization that we make off of the videos, obviously you'll get some. I'll pay you something. You know what I mean? So, hey. And if you don't want to stick with me, you just want to learn how to make money on the internet, come do that. You know what I mean? You want to go around with me and see how you get involved at these events, see how you get involved with people like my first big, by the way, interview. I'm talking with General Michael Flynn right now. I'm trying to get a interview in Venice, Florida with Mike Flynn, with General Flynn. So we're going to talk about what they're doing. Because, I don't know if y'all know, but General Flynn has one of the second largest standing armies on the fucking planet, bro. Civilian armies. They also have the Hollow, which is the 2A campgrounds in Venice and Inglewood. So check that place out. Mike Flynn does speeches around my area, like all the time, every couple months. He was just in my town in Port Charlotte, Florida, doing a big speech right up the road here, like 3 weeks ago. So he's an anti-communist. If you don't know who Michael Flynn is, he's the one that Trump had to pardon. He's the general that has had the highest clearance of any general in American history, pretty much. Savage motherfucker. He was the first cancel culture victim of the left. So right down to the fact that where they indicted him and arrested him and shit like that. False allegations all over the Trump election stuff and the Russian collusion shit and stuff like that. When in reality, he was one of the most highly decorated generals we ever had, and he had the highest command of most. So great guy, wonderful guy. If you don't know who General Michael Flynn is, go look up some of his videos. He's one of the other ones that's out here that we're worried about. But I mean, he is who he is, and he's got his security is second to none other. He's got ex-special forces and shit like that keeping him safe. So he's doing pretty good. You know what I mean? Whenever he has an event, they come in and they scoop the place out and they fucking clear it and everything, man. It's pretty intricate the way he does things. But I love you guys, man. And we'll get on here and we'll do probably another 2-hour live tomorrow afternoon. I got a new air rifle today, so we'll be doing some review videos on that too. It's supposed to hit 1,800 yards at 9mm and punch a hole through a fucking steel plate. So we'll find out. It pushes out 6,800 psi of air going through that tiny little barrel. So we'll see how good it does. I know the pistol I have makes a 9mm regular standard firearm look like a fucking bitch. I know that. I got a 9mm air pistol that I can fucking punch to it's got this, the one called the Rod of God that's like this and it's sharp. It'll punch through fucking ballistic armor like it's fucking butter. And they just introduced a new high capacity magazine for the Megalodon I have. That thing's a fucking air-powered shotgun. It's a double shot. That fucking thing's a monster, bro. I hit the ballistic dummy with it. I think it's on Rumble at Berserker Patriot 1776 on Rumble. I might have posted that. We hit that ballistic dummy with it, and it just shredded its fucking head off, bro. And that was from like 100 yards. That thing's pretty fucking badass too. You guys don't realize they got air rifles and air pistols that anybody in the world can own. You just order it straight to your house and no paperwork, nothing, that are like twice as powerful as half of these pistols that people carry on their side. You know, before we didn't like them because you could only get so many shots out of them, but now they got regular magazines in them and they got fucking round clip magazines that go on the side that hold like 50, 60 shots. So, and you get about 12 or 13 shots per CO2 cartridge. The CO2 cartridges are like this big around and like that fucking long. So you get about, like I said, 6 to 12 shots. And they're a quick release. So you just pop them out like a magazine and then shove them right back in a quick twist and you're ready to go. So something to look into. Look up the Megalodon air pistol or air rifle. They have the pistol too. And you can get longer barrels that screw in and turn it into a rifle as well. So those shoot at 4,800 PSI. 4,800 pounds per square inch is what that means. 4,800 pounds of air per square inch. And the barrel is a 9mm barrel. So think about that. You're pushing 4,800 PSI through a barrel that big around. So it's loud as a motherfucker, though. You're going to think because it's an air pistol that you don't need Air Pro. You do. The fucking thing's loud as a motherfucker. I didn't wear my Air Pro the first day and my ear was ringing for like fucking 20 minutes. So, yeah, is it really 9:40? See, I can't see the time when I'm live either. Holy fuck. Oh, and my phone's about to go dead. I love you guys. Be blessed. Be safe out here.